I noticed you're wearing a lovely hat.
It's a lovely hat you've got on as well.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. This hat actually has a connection to something which you may or may not be aware of, because I think you're just generally saying "Make America Great Again" as a general kind thought you have in your head.
Well, when we filmed this, it was a day of the American election, so we don't know who's won.
Yes.
This will go out on Friday, a few days later, so we will know then who's won. So this could be either funny or stupid.
Yeah, this could be highly significant or just make us look stupid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I'm happy to admit, Nick, that I'm supporting Donald Trump, even though I can't vote. I'd love to vote, but I'm supporting Donald Trump, and quite seriously, because I think you know, I feel very strongly that if Trump doesn't win, I think it augurs a bad time for Western society generally. Yeah. Basically, that's my kind of feeling. Just rather than me droning on about why I think that, I think, first of all, do you want to talk about the election? How I'm sure you've been observing, as everybody else has been observing. How do you think it's going, and what are your kind of key takeaways from what you see? And maybe a prediction of who you think is going to win as well would be interesting.
Like all elections, it's very, very difficult. So the mainstream media are all saying Harris is going to win. It looks like, she's doing really well. But then when you look online to the non-mainstream media, they're all saying Trump's going to win. So I've got no idea who's going to win. It's not that I want Trump to win. I think we need Trump to win. Not because he's perfect, not because of anything like that, but he is the best of a really poor choice of what we've got in America. And I don't think the world could survive 5 more years of a Biden-Harris presidency. She is unintelligent, never achieved anything really in her life, flip-flops on everything, can't put a sentence together.
We believe she's a bit of a DEI hire as well, don't we, I think?
That's not debatable.
All right.
When Biden became, or was running, when Biden became president, he said he will pick a vice president who is a black woman. So all you needed to be vice president was a black vagina. That's all you needed. So she's 100% DII hire because he said that's what he wanted.
Yeah. Although, yeah, saying that, a black woman could have been a black male, a man pretending to be a woman as well, though, couldn't
But then she wouldn't have had a black vagina.
Oh, did he specify the vagina?
He didn't say vagina.
All right, okay. Yeah, no, when I said a DEI hire, I've heard stories that she didn't necessarily pass all her. She was a lawyer, wasn't she? That she didn't necessarily pass all her exams and things like that. I don't know if you've heard those stories.
Well, in America, with affirmative action, many black people have appointed positions who weren't the best because that's affirmative action. First of all, that degrades the value of black people who are amazing.
Correct.
And you can knock the socks off white people.
Yeah.
That degrades them because you start looking at people going, you're just a DI hire as well. So that happens in America. Really, really bad way of doing things over there.
We have talked about that before, and I've talked about my personal experiences coming across black professionals and that seed of doubt going into my mind about, are they here because they're actually the good person or competent person I expect them to be, or are they here for other reasons? I think that is a genuine thought you have now.
It is, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just think Trump by far will be better than Harris. He is more economically literate. We only have to look at the 4 years he was in power. Last time things went well for America, and then since then everything's got worse across the globe. And if he can change things and do things well, we've got something to look at to say we want some of that. That's what we. So if he can end illegal migration, if he can deport the illegals, if he can reduce taxes and get the economy working better, if he can start banning males competing in female sport, if all these things he can do, which he said he's going to do, then we've got a template. We can say to our government, it is easy. Trump's doing it in America, but at the moment when no one can seem to do anything, it's a good excuse for governments going, well, no one can do it.
Yeah, nobody else has done it, so
Yeah.
why do you think we can suddenly do it out of nowhere? That's a really good point. And I get the impression as well that Trump is going to move quick this time, because
Yes.
he tended to appoint government sort of what's the word I'm looking for, institutionalized appointees, didn't he, into the major roles, and he was then fighting the people he'd appointed himself. But I think this time he's going to move a lot quicker and put people in power that he knows are going to be loyal to him, basically.
Have you seen the Joe Rogan interview?
Yeah, I've seen, say, half of it, I think, yes.
I've seen the highlights.
Yes.
For half hour, someone condensed it, and he talks about that there.
Oh, does he?
He was saying, basically, first time round, don't know what the hell I was doing. I've won. I don't know what to do. So I learned along the way, because I made loads of incorrect appointments I had to sack, because this time I know what I'm doing from day one. I know exactly who I'm appointing. I know how fast I'm going to move. I've got all the knowledge, the experience. Last time he had lots of people who wouldn't work with him last time.
Yeah.
This time...
Who worked against him.
Yeah, this time he's got loads of people wanting to work with him.
Yeah.
So, and he also knows this time he's got 4 years.
Yeah.
He can, if he wins, he's not allowed ever to run for president ever again.
Yes, correct.
Because it's his second term.
Yeah.
So he knows. But the first time round, he probably was always thinking, don't upset too many people, take it slowly. I'll probably win again in 4 years' time. It'll take me 8 years. He now knows, I've got 4 years. It's make or break. I don't care.
Yeah.
So I think he'll move a lot quicker.
Yeah. He's one thing that was very interesting. I want to talk about some of the dynamics in terms of the propaganda in this election. But one thing I did hear the other day is that, do you remember a group called the Traveling Wilburys? It was a super group. It was George Harrison, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty. I know you're not really into music.
I'm a lot younger than you.
Yeah. I don't think you even knew who Richard Ashcroft was, did you, when I first mentioned it? So viewers, clearly this man has no idea about good music. The Traveling Wilburys were a super group, and they were a super group, proper. So somebody described what Trump is doing this time as a super ticket, because it's not Trump this time, is it?
No.
It's Trump, it's Elon Musk, it's Joe Rogan, it's Vivek Ramaswamy, is it Tulsi Gabbard, who was formerly a Democrat, it's JFK. So he has now, I'll take Joe Rogan out of that, but certainly there's 5 very, very well-known faces, very well-respected faces. 2 of them are Democrats as well. And what this person was saying, it was Eric Weinstein, I think, who was saying it, is basically he's presenting alternatives to people, and he's saying he's blown apart the idea of a 2-ticket race for the. So normally it's the president and the vice president, isn't it? In there, he's now created something different. He's created a super ticket, and therefore, if you have your thing on your lawn saying, rather than just saying Trump and Vance, it would say Trump, Vance, Musk, Kennedy. Gabbard, Revix, what can I pronounce his name? Vivek Ramaswamy. So people, therefore, Democrats or people in the middle who would be embarrassed to say I voted for Trump, can now say, I don't like Trump, but I'm going to vote for JFK.
That's clever.
Yeah. And I hadn't really thought about it before, but it is clever.
It's very clever. So Trump has his own baggage.
Yes.
Trump's like Marmite. You love him, you hate him. A bit like Farage. You love him, you hate him.
Yeah.
But then when you got other people under him, so you look at Elon Musk, and some people will go, richest man in the world, extremely clever. Look at what he's running. Yeah. He's running a car company, he's running a rocket, he's He's, you might not agree with him, but no one could say he's a stupid man.
No.
And then you look at JFK Jr. The Kennedys really are the Americans' version of the royal family because of the assassinations and 2 brothers. They're on board now, so now we've got a little bit of royalty involved with Trump, and then you've got that woman Gabaldi or whatever she's called.
Which woman?
The woman just mentioned.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah,
Tulsi Gabbard.
So she's got her own following. Yeah. The Swami guy, self-made, very clever. Yeah. Very articulate. Yeah. He's someone to watch out for the future. You've got him coming along.
Vance.
Vance has been a great
Vance is a
appointment.
self-made guy as well,
Yeah.
because his book was made into a film, wasn't it? It
Yeah.
was quite, I can't remember what it's
He
called.
was basically hillbilly.
Yeah, he's basically a hillbilly, and he
Yeah.
kind of dragged himself up from his own bootstraps and went on to be very successful.
Yeah, exactly. So all these people, you look at them, and so if you don't like Trump, you'll find something you like in one of the others.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, the Swami, yeah, I'm an immigrant, or my parents are immigrants, I like him, or the woman. So it's a team now.
Yeah.
It's a team.
Yeah.
You don't have to love Trump
Yeah.
anymore now. You can just see someone there.
And he may have done that deliberately. He may have actually said, or he and his team said, we need to, people are polarised around me. I
Yeah.
get that. So let's now give people an alternative.
Yeah.
And of course, your narrative then, when you go to vote, oh, are you voting for Trump? No, I'm not voting for Trump, but I like what JFK is saying. I like
Yeah.
what JFK is going to do about health.
Yeah.
And all the other food, the food here, or I like Tulsi Gabbard. She's a war veteran.
Yeah.
I think she's a vet. She's a
She
vet,
is,
isn't
yeah,
she?
yeah.
She's. I mean, these are extraordinarily good, strong people, aren't they? So suddenly you have an alternative to voting to Trump, and your alternative is not Biden; it's all those other characters. I mean, Musk.
I know.
He's just such a fantastic guy, isn't he? He's as you say, one of the most famous South Africans.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the famous African Americans.
Yes, yeah, one of the most famous high achieving African Americans. But what a man!
Yeah.
If he's supporting Trump, you're thinking, hang on a minute, maybe there's something here that I'm missing.
And then he's not supporting Trump for the money.
No,
There's no money.
no.
He's supporting Trump and giving away his valuable time.
God, yes.
Because he believes in the country. He
Yeah.
believes that this is the way forward.
Yeah.
I mean, if that doesn't sell it to people, I don't know what does.
So the idea of the super ticket, really interested me, and I hadn't realised how clever he was until that was kind of pointed out.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking as a voter, I was just thinking as an observer, thinking, all this. And Joe Rogan endorsed him yesterday or today as well,
Yeah.
which again is massive because Joe Rogan, last person Joe Rogan endorsed was Bernie Sanders.
No.
So you're getting all these very Democrat.
Because he's not a right winger.
No, he's not.
He's a liberal.
Yeah, he is. He always
On
has
the
been.
left. Yeah, exactly. So,
He's from Hollywood, isn't he? I mean, originally he's a Hollywood. I used to watch him the kids used to watch him when they were young, in some series on. He was basically part of Hollywood for a long time. So, that's one thing that's intrigued me.
Did you enjoy that video? I think you did. Come on now, hit that bell, subscribe, comment. Let's build this channel. I need more followers. I need more subscribers. Be part of the journey. See you soon.